It's a miracle. It's working. I think it's working. I'm live. Now I've just got to do some gubbins. Hi, Hollywells UK. Hello. Right, hold on. I just need to do something here. Some actual Now here, I'm supposed to write a title to this, which I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to do. Hold on a second. Right. I think you can hear me. Can you hear me? Yes, I can see lots of love hearts. Great. Amazing. So this is like a magical sort of witchcraft thing that suddenly here I am in my bathroom and I'm live to you. Welcome to my bathroom. Welcome to everybody who is already a member of Beauty Pie. Welcome to those of you who have never heard of Beauty Pie and is wondering what this is all about. I am definitely at the beginning of my beauty journey, I would say. I think I, over the years, have taken my skin for granted a little bit, and that is the joy of youth, I think, is that you just kind of think, oh, well, you know, you can fall asleep in your makeup and it won't make any difference. And then as you get older, you think, actually, I need to look after myself a little bit more. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I've cleansed my face. So this is me clean face. Now, normally when I walk around like this, people go, are you all right? Is everything okay? And I'm like, yes, I'm fine. I've just not got any mascara on. So I am barefaced and ready to begin. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk through a little bit more about what this is about, but I want to sort of get started because I like to let products bed in a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do after cleansing is I'm going to put on a serum. And this is a hyaluronic acid triple. So it's a bit like, you know, like double cream is better than single cream because it's thicker and more luscious. Well, imagine if there was triple cream. It's almost like the clotted cream. And hyaluronic acid is just basically, you're using this and it's just gonna plump everything up and it's really, really hydrating. So I'm just gonna press that into my skin. Don't forget your neck. You mustn't forget your neck because one day you'll look back and go, why didn't I pull that stuff on my neck that I've put on my face? So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna let that go in. And then after that, moisturizer. And it's a Beauty Pie moisturizer. Again, it's more hyaluronic acid. I sort of just think layer these things up, the more the merrier. You don't need to use tons of this stuff, particularly like if I was just going to bed now, I would whack it all on like a mask, but I'm not going to do that now because I am putting on makeup and also I'm going to do it quite quickly. So I'm not letting it completely sink in, and you want everything to become friends with your face. You want to take time. And that's also a nice thing to think about, actually, is that we don't get a lot of time to ourselves. And sometimes you think, right, self-care is a wonderful thing and something that we need to carve out more time in our lives for. But what if we could make those everyday things that we do part of our self-care routine? So for me, this is part of my self-care. So this is a moment where, you know, it's a moment where you get to touch your face, you get to feel your skin, you get to kind of just have a moment. You're looking at yourself in the mirror. You know, you can use this moment just to check in with yourself and just to see how you're doing. How was your day? For me, it's, what time is it? 6:30. Obviously, we've gone live. The kids are back from school. They've all just eaten. There's Harry's doing homework upstairs. So it's a kind of end of the day moment. So it's nice to have this moment with you. How are you? Are you all okay? I hope you're all okay. So Beauty Pie and me, where did that all start? I've been very lucky actually, because I get introduced to amazing, kind of the best beauty products out there because I work with wonderful people. You know, Patsy, who's my makeup artist, she's always being sent wonderful new items of makeup or beauty things, and we'll test them out. And some things will be lovely and some things weren't, and you have your favourites, but you always go, well, what's that? Let me give it a go. And over the years, you know, I've seen the kit build up and there's lots of Beauty Pie bits been in there, bits that then I've gone, oh, can I take that home? And they've made their way into my shelf at home, my cupboard in my bathroom. And so that was the first thing. So I started to notice that a few more of my products were suddenly Beauty Pie. And then when Wild Moon came about, there was a part of the website where I was interviewing our wild women. So I was always looking for women who, not necessarily just women in business, but women who'd done amazing great things from all walks, aspects of life, whether that be health or whatever. And I came across Marcia, and Marcia is the founder-in-chief of Beautify, and she is a beauty guru. I can see loads of love hearts going up as soon as I mention her name, because if you're into beauty, you'll know that she is the goddess. And I interviewed her, and I couldn't help but be completely drawn into her world. She just, there's nothing she doesn't know about beauty, and she's so passionate about it. And one of her passions that really resonates with me is the fact that she wants the best beauty products to be available to everybody. And for me, it's that sort of fairness thing where, you know, you want everybody to be able to put the best things onto their skin so that they can feel good about themselves, so that they can feel that they're nourishing their skin in the best way. And beauty can be very expensive and exclusive, and sometimes you can feel like you're not part of that. And kind of her life mission with Beauty Pie, I guess, I'm sort of speaking on her behalf, I'm sure she'd say the same thing, is that she just wants to make it available to everyone, so you can be part of it, so you can be part of the gang, so you can be part of the club. And I really loved that. And she basically overhauled my skin routine because I was a bit bamboozled. I mean, there was like a gazillion acids and serums and things, and I was like, but in what order? Like, what goes where and what goes on after what? And sometimes you can just go, I'm just going to wash my face because that was more than I was doing last week, so I'll just go with that. But anyway, once you get your head around it, it's a lot more simple. And also, once you realise that you can get these products and they're not going to cost you an absolute fortune, but guess what? It's coming direct from the warehouses where all the world's leading brands get their products, but then charge you a fortune for them because they've got to pay for their shops and they've got to pay for their retail and all these sorts of things. So she's really smart and she's really passionate, and I was completely and utterly drawn in. So when she asked me, would I like to do a makeup edit, a kit, I was like, yes, please. So this is what this is about. I've got my kit, and if you've been on the Beauty Pie website today, they've launched like a gazillion new makeup products. I mean, there is bronzed goddesses galore on there. If you look at it today, it's like, oh gosh, you're hit with all this amazing stuff. But I've whittled it down into a kit that I think is good for all skin types, all skin tones. It may look differently, but it is something that is very versatile. You can wear it in the day, or you can go a bit heavier and you can wear it in the evening. But also there's ways of using it so it can look different, and you can place the products in different places and get a different effect. So that's what I'm going to show you. So all of that has sunk in now. Now, if it was daytime, which is not, I'd now put my SPF on, but I'm not going to do that because you want to make sure, and again, this is like, if any of you are young, which I'm sure you are, please remember to put your sun cream on, because look, can you see this here? This is my pigmentation, which is the bane of my life. It's, you know, I'm permanently looking, you know, vitamin C is like a really good thing for pigmentation. They've got this oxygen face mask thing that's really, really good. So I'm sort of starting that, but your first defense against pigmentation is not letting it happen in the first place. And sometimes it can happen hormonally, like after I had a baby, and that's tougher and that's unavoidable really. But if there's things that you can do along the way that can help, then that's obviously, you know, the more of that, the merrier, basically. So what happens? You get your kit. It's called Holiday, because obviously summer is coming. I know it is actually freezing out there still, but it is coming, and you do want to kind of change up your makeup a little bit. So once you've ordered your kit, you will get through the post your iconic Beauty Pie pink box, which is just beautiful anyway. I'm like that, oh, I just want to keep box. And then when you open it up, inside you will receive your kit like this. And this is my holiday kit, which obviously you can see it's got fingerprints all over it because I've been touching it a lot and using it a lot. But this is it. So it comes in this glorious case here with lovely bronze, and you can see everything inside. Now, obviously the kit comes in this, but this is such a brilliant makeup kit. You can use this for all sorts of things. You know, if you're going traveling, this could be your wash bag. You could put all your makeup in here, but it's just a really handy thing, and you can see what's going on. Oh my gosh, it really is dirty and grubby, but there you go. So this is my kit, and inside here you're going to have 4 hero products. We've got a waterproof mascara, we have got a cream blush, which is the most incredible colour. I'm going to go into these in more detail in a minute. You've got your eyeshadow quad here. Can you see that? So those are like really gorgeous rose gold, lovely colours. And this little beauty, which might be my favourite thing out of the whole thing, which is this chubby stick lipstick, but it's like lip balm basically. So you just get the colour, but you get all that lovely moisturised feeling on your lips. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a primer. So this is a beauty pie. This is called Wonder Filter Brightening Primer. And if you think of this like a blur, so it's kind of like pearlescent-y pink in look. And it just helps your makeup go on a little bit smoother. If you've got any kind of really obvious pores, then that's a really nice, it's just a really nice base. I think like, don't just whack makeup on, like take time and think about your foundation. Like all makeup will sit nicer on your skin if you get the foundation, if you put all this effort in first. And the longer you can leave it, I think the better. I mean, you don't have to, but I think if you can let it sit into your face, the better. Like, for example, in the morning, before I go to work, I will put on a face mask. So I'll wash my face in the shower, cleanse, and then I'll whack on a really, like a mask, and I'll just go to work with that in. Not like a mask like with cucumbers on my, but it's like a thick moisturizer, if you like. It's the Beauty Pie Oxygen one, and I'll just whack that on, and then I'll leave it till I get to work. So that's all sunk in. So by the time I get there, my skin is ready then for Patsy to work her magic and do all of that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my base. Now this is 300 Beige. It's the Everyday Great Skin Foundation. So I'm just going to put that on there. I use, well, you can use anything. I did up until literally I got this. Looks a bit grubby. I did wash it. I don't know if you've got any tips of how to actually get them totally clean. But anyway, it's lived in. I wasn't going to do that actually. I was just going to do, what I was going to do first of all, I'm just going to put it, I'm going to start up here and I'm going to do my eyes. And I'm going to leave my lower half, right? So I'm just going to do across here, because when I put on my eyeshadow, I always get like droppage, and I really don't like it when it drops underneath, and then you end up having to like take it off, and then I feel like you end up putting more layers on than you actually want to. So I'm literally, as if I'm just doing half a face. I've actually got a smaller one here, which I think is nicer to get into those bits, because you see in here, everybody's got that kind of like bluey bit. And don't forget to get that bit when you're doing it, and right up into your hairline. But if you're blonde like me, you have to be a bit careful because you don't want it to go actually on your hair. Right, so that's my first bit. So I've just put the foundation to there. So ignore everything that's going on under here. So that's kind of the start. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a little bit of brown. Now I just brush my brows up. I do make sure I get any stragglers from underneath here. So I just brush them up. And then this is, what is this? This is the Super Brow Angled Shaping brush, not brush, pencil. It's angled, and this one is in Blonde Girl. And with this, I literally just fill in a tiny bit where I feel like might be a few gaps. So can you see that there? So I don't like add any more than what I've already got. I just kind of go in, fill in down here. And I tend not to go up the top there. I just go underneath. And then I've always got like a little bit missing here. So I just fill that in slightly. But like less is more, I think, when it comes to eyebrows. Because, you know, you want them to be there, but not like, whoa, eyebrows. So that's it. That is all I do, just a tiny little bit there. And they haven't got to be, what was it everyone says, they're sisters, not twins. They're not meant to be identical. They're just meant to look, I just like them looking a little bit groomed. So there you go, that's your eyebrows. And already, I feel like once you've got a brow on, I don't know why, it just makes you feel like you're in the room slightly. So that's my eyebrows. So these, obviously, these bits aren't in the kit, but these are just sort of stuff that I have that these are kind of my go-to. And then I've got Archology, which is a, what do you call that? Like an eyebrow gel with a little bit of colour in it as well. Sculpting gel, there you go. I mean, anything that's got ology on the end, it's got to know what it's talking about, right? Biology. Not that I was very good at biology, but it must have science in it, so it must be doing something good. And that just keeps it in place because my hair likes to knock it down. So I'll brush it up like that, and then I'll go just above it and just push those bits down. Now, if my daughter was here, she'd be going, brush them up, Mum. But I think that ship has sailed for me. I think I'm too old for an up brow. Right, so that's that. And then here comes the fun stuff. So this is the first thing that comes in the kit, and this is your quad. And look at all those lovely, lovely, neutral, gorgeous colours. So what Beauty Pie are brilliant at doing is going around the world and finding the best products from the best warehouses. So there's not that many, like Italy are famous for creating brilliant makeup, and the South Korea as well. Like they're really on the forefront of what they do. And this here, so this is your eye quad. This is actually from Italy, this one. So they've got really good pigmentation in them. They're really long wearing. They're sort of metallic-y. And with all of this stuff, because I'll come on to the blush in a minute, quite a lot of the time I find things are really, really glittered. And I don't know how I feel about that. I like it to have a bit of a, almost like more of a pearlescent feel, which I think is a little bit more forgiving and a bit softer, but I still like that glam feel of having a little bit of shine if that's where I want to put it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lightest one, which is the highlighter, and I'm going to take a tiny bit of that, and I'm just going to put that here into the corner, just to wake up my eye a little bit, because I think that really, really lifts. And then I'm going to take a little bit more, and I'm just going to put it on my upper brow here, just so that now where you've shaped your eyebrows, look at that. It just adds a bit of highlight. So it just emphasizes that arch shape of your brow. Now, I like, when it comes to makeup, there are times when I want to go crazy, but the majority of the time, like, I just want something to just enhance what's there. I don't want to hide behind it. Like, even with my foundation that I put on, I want it to be a really nice thin layer. Like, I want to see skin beneath it. Even when it comes to like pigmentation and stuff, like, it's part of me, it's part of my story. I'm not ashamed of it. Like, I'm sitting here and it's there, it's not that bad, but I want to even it out. I don't want to just like hide everything, basically. So the next thing I'm going for is this lovely colour here. Look, loads of it, look. Now for me, I don't want to put all of that on, so I'm going to put some of it on the back of my hand. And then this, I'm just going to do a wash here across my lid like this, right? And I'm using that tiny bit on both sides. I'm not going back for more because I don't want it to be too overpowered, because it's got a lot of pigment in it, so a little goes a long way. But can you see, like, that colour? Like, for me, so I've got that greeny eye, but that colour on green eyes, like, I think it suddenly makes your eyes go zing, and it makes the whites of your eyes look really, really white as well. So after I've done that, then I will get a slightly bigger brush. I'm dropping stuff. And then I'm just going to go above it. So this hasn't got anything on it, but I'm just going to go above it, and I'm just going to blend what's there out. So you sort of don't know where it ends. You don't get that line of eyeshadow. You see? So it's kind of just here, but it's really, really natural, just up to where you've joined that. So that was just a clean brush. So it just kind of keeps it all really soft and just placed exactly where you want it. Now that is literally all I'm going to do. I'm going to put with that colour. Like for me, that's absolutely fine. The next thing I'm going to do is the darkest one here. And listen, there is a time and a place for a black flicked eyeliner, which I love. I mean, if I was going out in the evening, I'd be like, all right, let's just do a nice flick. And you could do that with this and it would really like pop because of that nice colour. But because I'm thinking of something a little bit more daytime, I've got a little brush like this. This has got like two ends. You've got a blendy bit there. So if you want to do a smoke, then you can kind of build it and then brush it and blend it out. But I'm going to use this end. Okay. And so I've just put that on there. I'm going to take the excess off on my hand. And then I'm literally going to put this down the lash line here. Right into my lashes. And this is a lot more forgiving than doing a flick. Especially when you're live on Instagram and you lot are watching. So I'm literally just pushing it in, and I'm not going to take it all the way along to the end, because I think if I take it all the way along to the end, it closes my eye down. And I think if you just wear it on the corners, oh God, here we go, I've got to do this side now. If you just do it on the corners, it opens your eye up a lot more. So I'm just going to keep going with that. Are they even Stevens? Maybe this side is a bit higher. Go a bit higher on that one, but what I'm going to do now, which kind of makes everything better. Easy, Tiger. There's somebody outside revving their engine. I'm going to blend this across. So this, because I'm blending it, I am going to blend it all the way through. So you see, it's really subtle. And I'm going to do the same on this side, and then that should even it out a bit more. So now you look like you've got a set of eyes. And for me, like, this is every day. This is what I'm going to do. But if I was going out in the evening, so you could put an eyeliner on it, or you could put, get a brown pencil and you could put that up inside the waterline there and bring that around a little bit more. You could even put it down underneath. You could bring that orange around underneath slightly if you wanted to. You could bring the brown and you could pull it up around here a bit more. So you could just keep going and layering up. There's also the one that I haven't used, this lovely kind of, how would you describe that? Sort of like, I don't want to say sparkle because I feel like that might put you off, but look, let me do this, look. Can you see that? It's like a real bronze, gorgeous. And if you wanted to, I'm not going to do this, but you could just put that, like dab it on your finger and then dab it on the middle and then just rub it slightly. And that will just, again, give you another layer of something just to pizzazz it a little bit more. But for me, this is good. So that's that. Now what am I going to do? Now I'm going to curl my eyelashes, which for me is, like, if I had nothing else, I'd have eyelash curlers, because watch what happens here, right? Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to use you as a mirror. So let me just try not to actually clamp my head. So watch this. Ready? Look how much that opens up my eyes. It's like an eye lift instantly. Let's just do the other side, excuse me. This is very strange doing this with you all being there. And voila. So that opens up your eyes. And then mascara. So I'm one of life's criers. Whether that's crying because I get emotional about something, or whether that's crying with laughter. Like when I laugh, it just comes out of my eyeballs. So for me, if I've got mascara, it's got to work as hard as I do, and it can't be pouring down my face and then you're having to fix stuff and this, that and the other. So this is what self-proclaimed the perfect waterproof mascara. And this is a bit clever as well, because this has got, look, there's the brush. I'm going to do that thing they do, look. This is what the professionals do. This is a high definition brush. This separates the lashes. This is made in South Korea. This has got pro vitamin B5 in it, so this is going to look after your lashes as well. It's going to condition, it's going to strengthen. So it's a hard-working mascara, you know. That's what I look for in products. Things that do one job, like the job you want them to do, but then actually behind the scenes they're working really hard and doing lots of other stuff as well. So take your time with mascara, because sometimes we're just like, ba, 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 you know, get it done. But actually, like, people, you know, wear false lashes, put individuals on, and that's lovely, and I love that look as well. But you'd be surprised at what you can get from a mascara, like from a really good, if you really just don't rush it, like really get to the bottom. I tend to do that little wiggle thing. And then make sure you get all those ones that are down here, because also if you're fair like me, I mean, not completely fair, not completely natural blonde, but my lashes are quite fair. And just make sure you get all of them, because then, and I don't know why I do this, right? But I shut my eyes and I just do the last ones there. And I don't know why I do that, but I feel like it does something. I don't know what the science is behind that, but look at that. Can you see? Look, they're all individual. They're all there. The brush is separate. You don't need to comb that through. That's done a really nice job. So let's just do that on the other side. Otherwise I'm going to look very bizarre. Are you enjoying it? Am I doing all right? My daughter she's suddenly become really obsessed with watching beauty tutorials online. She knows more about beauty than I do. I'm like, God, she puts me to shame. And I was saying to her, I was doing one of these, and she was giving me all these tips and tricks of what to do and what to say. Honestly, I was like, you should just go on there and do this, because you know exactly what you're talking about. She was making me practice in front of her. She was like, you're not looking in the camera enough. I was like, all right, fine. So hopefully I'm doing a good job. So there's my little, just going to shut my eyes and do those last bits. If anyone else does that, let me know, because I don't know why it is. I'm just going to give it 2 seconds before because what we tend to do is we do the top and then we do the bottom, and all of that blinks up. So you do the eyelash drying, one of those, that should do it. And then, oh my gosh, stuck it straight in my eye. And then you get those bottom ones. Sorry about that. It feels very weird using you as my mirror. So get those. Don't forget those little ones on the corners as well, because those little ones make a big difference, I think. So there we go. So that's my eye. That's kind of my everyday holiday kit. So that's just the eyes. So then before I move on to the blusher and stuff, I just want to finish doing under here. Now, under here, look, this is early mornings and having lots of children. So what I've got here, this is the Super Luminous Under Eye Genius Corrector. And this is brilliant, basically. I mean, this is like, makes you look like you've actually had 9 hours sleep. So I just put this underneath. I actually, look at that, I didn't actually manage to drop anything underneath this time. But you can rest assured, if I'd have actually done my foundation properly, I'd have a droppage all the way under there. So I just put this, again, don't forget that little bit there. And then I've got, this is a little concealer brush. What does it say? Pro Angled Concealer Brush. And you could just use your finger to do this, which is what I normally do, but I feel like I need to be slightly professional. And actually, now I've got one of these brushes, it does feel nicer under your eye. I think it's probably a bit more gentle and doesn't drag as much. I've got one side which I think dips in a bit more than the other, so I'm just going to put a little bit extra in that just to pop it out a bit more. So there you go, that looks more awake, doesn't it? And I'm going to pull it up there slightly. Okay, so that's that. Now, I'm going to finish off the rest of my base. Where's my base? There it is. Okay. And I'm just going to finish off exactly what I was doing before. Again, let's get rid of my red nose. By the way, I haven't done the contouring thing. I go down there a little bit as well. I I know people are really good at it, but I don't know. I don't know how to do that yet. I need somebody. I do a bit of like blush and a bit of illumination and sometimes a bit of bronzer, and I think I'll whack that under there a little bit, but much more. God, I'm so white under my chin. Look at that. But let's drag that down and match that in a little bit. So I need to get with that program. So don't forget those little bits. In fact, I'll go back with the concealer and do that. So now, once you've got that all in, and that seems to be quite even. Does that look all right? I might need a bit more on my nose. My little red nose. Okay, so. Yes, I'm quite happy with that. Now, if there's any bits where you think you might need a little bit extra help, then here I've got an Everyday Great Skin concealer, and I tend to just put a little bit around here, a little bit down here, and I tend to just do a tiny bit there where I think it looks a little bit darker. Where's my concealer brush again? So I'm just going to use this just to tap it in. But you know, the thing is about when you do your skin, like, don't go mad. Like, just put it where you need it. Like, some days you might not. Like, for me, this is quite a full on. This feels quite full on, but just do what you need. Like, don't have a routine that you go, well, I just do a full face every day because that's what I do. Like, do it where you think you need it on that day. Like, that's why you actually have to like properly look at yourself. That's better. That's knocked that back a little bit, I think. And then like blusher. So I never used to bother with blusher either, really. And again, I think that's something that when you're young, you don't really use. And as you get older, you suddenly realise that your face literally eats the stuff. And if you're tired, it's like your face just goes like a big sponge and just drinks all the blusher. So you find yourself permanently reapplying it. But what's this one called? This is my Supercheek Gleam makeup. So have a look at this. It's a cream blush. Look at that. Now this, I know, is a very popular colour on all skin tones. So I know that you are going to love this. It's funny because when I do it to the light, it just looks gold. If I go like that, I think you can see a bit more. And that, again, it's got gold, but don't let that put you off. It's much more pearly. It's much more like a, how would I describe? It feels more chic in some ways than kind of glittery face. So when I put this on, I use, now this is supposed to be for your foundation, I think, big stubby brush like this, but I think these are like, these should be friends. They sort of look like they were made to go with each other. So I put this right in the middle and then go up. So right in the middle and then go up. And again, you could build this up as much as you want. And what's lovely about this is, although it's just for the cheek, like this, also, and you're going to think I'm mad when I say this, but if you were to put that on your finger and just put it over your eyelids, like if you had nothing else and that and some mascara, that is going to look so nice. So pop that on like this. I'm just going to make sure it goes up. The other nice thing about this is, when I was talking about hard-working products, this has got hyaluronic acid as well in it. So this is going to be really hydrating, and it's going to be hydrating as you wear it. So it's like almost like skincare in makeup again. So that's that. If you feel like you might have put too much on, you can always just get your sponge and just go over it slightly, although I don't think I did put too much on. I thought it was quite good. So that's that. So that's a good kit, and that is in the Holly kit. So that comes with it. That comes with it. Now, if you want to wear powder, by all means do. I'm just going to put it where I think I need it. Like, I'm just going to put a little bit there because of my shiny forehead. And I always think I need a little bit under there. That's it. I don't want to put it all over because I don't want to, maybe just a tiny bit there. I don't want to completely mat my face And because I don't want to lose that. Like, I really like that. Can you see that? Like, I like that look. Like, I think it looks healthy and glowy and refreshed. And then the final bit. So this is probably pièce de résistance. This is the, let's give it its proper name, Shine Up Luxe Lip Colour Balm. And this is like a big crayon. It's like one of those crayons you had when you were a kid. So it's like chunky. It's like it's like easy to use. You've got this. This is just going to pop in your handbag. And I'm a lip balm girl. If I could just wear lip balm and never put lipstick on again, that would be fine by me. But then I'm sort of drawn to a bit of colour as well, because I think that colour, it depends what you're going, it depends what you want, it depends what you're going for. Now, I'm going to show you two. So for me, I like tiny bit. Like, literally, done. That's it. Drop the mic, drop the lip gloss. I'm done. But if you wanted to, you know, you can just build it up. And what's good about this, I'm using it on its edge, like this, just to do a big old thing. But you can use the tip, and you can go over that bit, like where your little Cupid's bow is. Somebody said that if you start here and go up, you get a better line. So I'm going to try that. I don't know why. Apparently that's a good idea. So build up. And then it's like, it looks like a full-on red lip, but that's not what I want today. So I'm going to take that down just slightly. But it's like that, rather than a red, I like it because it's like that real peony, that real raspberry feel. But your lips are not going to dry out with this. Like, it just feels really moisturised, really lovely. I don't know if you noticed, but I talk quite a lot. And I think if you've got lipstick on and you talk, I do think your lips dry out more. So all the moisturiser, that is something that's really, really important. So voila, there is your holiday kit. Let me just get the bits together that actually come in it. You have got your mascara, you have got your quad, you have got your cheek, and you have got your lipstick pencil there. And don't forget, it also comes inside this, which is this lovely makeup bag that you've got it all in. Now, do you remember when I began this and I was saying, obviously makeup's really expensive. If you were to buy this full kit from a premium retailer, it would cost £147 because it's the good stuff, right? It's the good stuff. However, if you're a Beauty Pie member, then you can get this right now for £59, which is a 60% saving. So that is a huge discount, and that is exactly what Beauty Pie is. You go on there and you get all of the good stuff at a fraction of the price. So you can have in your makeup bag all of those things that you see other people using that you kind of go, oh, I would love that, but I just can't justify the cost of that. And also the way it works is that you become part of it. You become part of the family. You become a member. And if you subscribe and you become a member now, you can use my code. So this, we have to write this down. It's called Holly Sent Me. Holly sent me, and I'm sending you. Holly sent me. And if you put that into the promo box at the checkout, then you will get £10 off your annual membership right now. And then the world is your lobster or your oyster. And you can go on there and you can see all the other products that dropped today and lots more fabulous things. And I bet you'll find some stuff you recognise from other beauty brands in there as well. So there you go. I hope you like it. Enjoy, play with it. There are so many different things you can do with that kit, and this is just one of them. But yeah, I thought it was the most versatile one that would suit most of you, all of you, in fact. And actually, to prove that, I'm gonna, on my stories when I come off of here, I'll post this video as well. And then I'm also going to put other people that have been using it, people with different skin tones, to show what this kit could look like on you. Also different ideas, different placement, different ways of using it. So there you go. Thank you for joining me for my first live with Beauty Pie. We've got loads more exciting things to come as well. I hope I've been all right. I hope I've done my daughter proud. I'm going to go and she's going to be watching this in the other room. Hi, Val. Thank you. Have a lovely evening. Bye. Ooh, do I just press off? I think I do.